Well, guys, Marvel Studios has officially done it, and their first ever TV series, aka WandaVision, has officially made history for the film studio, which of course jumped on over onto TV productions, as WandaVision is the first series to ever win an Emmy for them. So let's talk about this, the importance of it, and ultimately, does this mean anything in the long run? One thing that is for certain when it comes to WandaVision is that the series was a massive risk. Specifically, that it was the first series to go due to all the reshuffling, the problems, the pandemic, and everything. So all eyes were on it. And if people did not, from the very early start, get on board, this could have been a big disaster. Now, of course, when we saw the reviews come in, we saw that it was a different story from a critical standpoint, and by the time it was all said and done, the series garnered high praise for multiple things, from the actors to the special effects to, of course, Agatha all along. And now that we're seeing the Emmys officially come out and give out their awards, WandaVision has won multiple, including Agatha all along, but some also focusing on the series itself in terms of quality. And this honestly is pretty huge for Marvel Studios, as again, this is their first series they put out. So it's a pretty big deal because again, all eyes are on this studio constantly to see when they're finally going to suffer a loss or a giant stumble. And this was one that many people were not honestly excited for if you look at the build up to it or the announcements, but it turned many heads. Now, in terms of what does this mean for the future, since it did win an Emmy, well, I think that's the big thing here. They already got the people involved with this series working for Disney on a bigger basis, which I think means that they knew what they had. They knew the talent and the level of talent that they brought in, and they're only going to expand upon this type of more unique storytelling aspects and character direction in general. And since this show has set such a high bar in terms of what you can do with the MCU in terms of going in different directions, I think that's really going to be something that stands out going forward, where this series getting this type of accolades and awards means that they can take more risks now, and they don't have to play it quote unquote safe like I always say the Falcon and the Winter Soldier was, because I mean that was the safest to date. But now we see that going into the future, they're going to be a little bit more riskier with what they announce and what's being produced and what directions they go in. And I think now that this has happened, it's an indication that they're going to take even more risks and go a little bit more wild. So I won't be surprised if a follow-up season with these two characters is obviously happening sometime down the road. Not exactly WandaVision 2, but they also go more abstract than this could ever have wanted to, due to the setting and what they needed to do with the series.